Alex Cooper of Call Her Daddy, the podcast that I previously argued has set women back decades, just betrayed her audience on a whole new level. This woman built a multi-million-dollar brand telling girls to ride the carousel, sleep around with zero regrets, treat men like disposable toys, and that marriage and kids can wait until you're ready well into your 30s. Fast forward, she quietly marries a rich producer in a Vogue-featured beach wedding and just announced that she's pregnant with her first kid at 31. This is the textbook definition of luxury beliefs, preaching chaos to the masses while securing the traditional life for herself, because it's the most proven path to wealth, health, and happiness. Call Her Daddy is one of the slickest grifts in modern media. Let's talk about money. Alex Cooper started at Barstool Sports, where she blew up with vulgar sex talk. Just a small sample for you.
Tell you something, I am a frat daddy through and through.
So you got a little bit of a boy in
You know, I was doing drive-bys in the Jetta past the ATO house, just being like, no, if you buck, no, if you buck, you know? If Jeff is my buddy. I mean, yeah, we
Spotify then paid Cooper $60 million after she went independent. SiriusXM reportedly dropped up to $125 million on her over 3 years. She and her husband, Matt Kaplan, have a combined fortune in the 9 figures. Luxury homes, their own media network, because she's not just a podcaster, she's a CEO of the Unwell empire. She interviews celebrities and she pushes merchandise. She's living the high life. Her audience is mostly young women in their late teens and 20s who she has given this supposedly endearing name, Daddy Gang. These are women who are vulnerable, who probably do want to find a significant other one day. They're figuring out dating in a broken culture. And what has she fed them? God-awful advice.
If you have some friends that are prudes that are like, you should never kiss on the first date, you're gonna give them the wrong impression and they're just gonna think you're a whore. Okay, maybe for you, Cassandra, but I'm about to let him in my back door all night.
Yeah, those archaic rules of dating that Cooper is railing against are there to protect women from surrendering too much of themselves too soon. It's for their dignity, it's for their value preservation. In earlier episodes, Alex Cooper basically said, men are trash until proven otherwise, so exploit them. It was all graphic stories about hookups and body counts and treating sex like a game. Even though the data clearly shows that hookup culture correlates with higher depression, anxiety, regret, and lower marriage rates for women who buy in long term. Studies show women tend to bond more emotionally from sex due to oxytocin. Men generally don't. This is a biological fact that Alex repeatedly glossed over to keep women addicted to her content of fake empowerment. She didn't dwell on the risks, of course, STDs, emotional damage, high value men preferring women who didn't play the field. She sold the fun part and omitted the enormous cost.
I was so easy. What's your point? Do you not want to be with me anymore? He's like, well, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm really shocked, like, how easy you were. What's your point? What's your point? Are you trying to put me down right now? Or do you want me to get upset? Do you want me to defend myself? Like, you let me know what's your point? What do you want me to do? You want me to leave? You want me to call them? Do you want me to detail everyone for you? Do you want me to pretend you're the first person I've ever had sex with? Like, what do you want? What will make you feel better? You little boy.
Cooper has cheapened sex and dating and relationships so much in our culture. She's glamorized the ugliest parts as almost badges of honor.
I hate going to the dentist because having a grown woman just like open my mouth and basically just like talk to me for 40 minutes about how I'm not flossing enough, I would rather have chlamydia.
But she's been immune from the fallout. She married Matt Kaplan, who's a successful producer. He's older. They had a big wedding in Mexico. Now there's a pregnancy announcement, and congrats to them, genuinely. But remember, she built the brand through her prime years, promoting the exact opposite of this philosophy of dating to marry and to have children. Now she's settling down with the resources that most of her listeners will never have. This is Luxury Beliefs 101, coined by Rob Henderson, a fellow at the Manhattan Institute. The elite, like Alex Cooper, peddle these backwards ideas like the traditional family is outdated and hookup culture is empowering because it allows them to signal virtue to other elites and get clicks because it's regressive content. But they don't actually practice what they preach. Cooper has the money, the looks, and the Hollywood Hollywood network to exit the radical feminist matrix when she's ready. But her average 22-year-old fan followed her teachings, and now she's left with the baggage, the inability to discern what qualities are the most important in dating. Hint, hint, sex is not the top one. And a dating pool of men who learn the same game from the same culture. Alex gets the fairy tale ending. All her fans get the "you go girl" participation trophy and no happiness. Cooper's content has also helped fuel the gender wars. She has placed seeds of doubt about male behavior, making female viewers think, oh, they must all be degenerate heathens.
We're here to teach you how to cheat.
Or how to catch a cheater.
See, we play both sides on Call Her Daddy.
WhatsApp. Usually people use it when they go international.
Right.
And that's what I thought. When I go away, that's what I'm using.
Bitch,
However,
that's what you thought. You thought it was his cousin that lives in Israel.
Meanwhile,
but really,
that's
it was
where the
Steph.
thoughts are. Notes. In iPhone Notes, you can share your notes with another person and they can edit the notes. A guy can have a notes in his phone and he's like, my grocery list. Meanwhile,
Right.
the other girl is editing it.
How is this going to heal relations between young men and women who are in a full-blown romantic recession right now if they're automatically resentful and skeptical of each other? Because of Alex Cooper's ridiculous tales. Don't get me wrong, she was finding a lot of dirtbags, but to think that's representative of all available men is just silly and insane.
This guy is texting so many women, classic, okay? And so I just start going through everything and I'm finding nudes and I'm finding sex and everything that I could have dreamt up.
So why is Call Her Daddy a grift? It was about audience capture. She kept the explicit, chaotic content flowing because it printed money. It was so lucrative. It was controversy plus virality, that equals views. It was about selective storytelling. The early episodes were raw and wild, all these insane escapades. Now it's softer, slightly more interviewee as she transitions to wife and mom. How convenient. And there's been no real accountability. Has she done episodes warning about the long-term costs of the hookup culture that she promoted? No, she just cashed in on feeding this stuff to her gullible audience, and then she reverted back to the tried and true traditional structure of marriage and family that actually create the good life. But she left the audience out to dry. And this isn't unique. Plenty of influencers sell rebellion, then pivot to domestic bliss once the bag is secured. But Alex's scale makes it very damaging. Gen Z women already face record loneliness, delayed marriage, and a fertility crisis. Her brand exacerbated all of it. So don't outsource your values to a multimillionaire whose incentives are engagement and brand deals, not your long-term happiness. Traditional paths like commitment and family and boundaries, they're not boring or oppressive or patriarchal. For most people, they're the proven route to meaning and stability. The data backs that up. Alex Cooper didn't lie about wanting kids eventually, but the brand she built profited massively from telling impressionable women the opposite path was superior.